Visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
Sail the seas or see the sails. On South Padre Island, that's as hard as it gets. Visit sopadre.com.
Hello from Los Fresnos CISD, an A-rated Texas Education Agency district. A stands for Academic Excellence at Los Fresnos CISD, where pathways to secondary success are being built for students at the brand new Resaca Middle School campus. A stands for Academic Advancement at Los Fresnos High School, where the College Center provides a jump start on college and career readiness that includes advanced placement classes, dual enrollment options, CTE opportunities, and scholarship money. Los Fresnos CISD, an A-rated and 7-time post-secondary readiness distinction district.
At Harlingen CISD, college, career, community ready is more than just a saying. We've created 12 academies to provide students with access to fields of study that best fit their interests and passions. Within the 12 academies, there are 42 certifications that will aid students in getting a head start on a career upon graduation. Become HCISD proud and enroll today.
Graduation time, time to make some decisions. What's next? Can I afford to continue my education? What are my options? At Brownsville ISD Career and Technical Education, you can graduate from high school with a certificate and or license ready to go to work, debt-free. We have a wide range of programs for every student ranging from audiovisual, law enforcement, STEM robotics, electrical, welding, pharmacy, patient care tech, and many more to choose from. That's why Brownsville ISD is the best choice.
For quality care, contact Mesquite Home Health and Attendant Services today. In Brownsville at 594 Jose Marti Boulevard, call today 956-361-5558.
We here at Mesquite want to wish all local athletes good luck in today's game.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
See art or create it. On South Padre Island, that's as hard as it gets. Visit sopadre.com.
My son Leo just graduated from high school, but also with his associate degree from Texas Southmost College at no cost at all. Not having that financial burden was so helpful to our family. That's 2 years we did not have to pay for.
All of my TSC credits transferred to UTRGV, and I am so grateful to go into my major debt-free.
Hija, tomorrow's your quinceañera. I need you to call your padrinos and tell them thank you for the salon, the tamales, the dress, el DJ.
Ay, Ama, you called them. I didn't even want a quinceañera in the first place. I would have preferred to have gone to Paris instead.
I will, fine. I'm gonna give you your surprise gift early.
Huh?
Guess what? You're going to Paris.
How?
Well, I've been saving mucho dinero all year in insurance thanks to Pronto Insurance.
Let's just get the quinceañera and go straight to Paris.
Call your padrinos right now.
Okay.
Ask your agent how you can start saving with Pronto. Best price in town.
Been feeling a little stressed lately? Luckily, South Padre Island has plenty of or maybe you'd rather have some aww. Now that you think about it, it's been a long time since you've had a good How will you ever decide? Choosing what to do on South Padre Island? That's as hard as it gets. Visit sopadre.com.
Our service is unmatched. Our commitment to our team and our community, relentless. Our products are innovative and exciting. Fruya, we're what's next now.
Good afternoon and welcome aboard to another broadcast. We are coming to you live from Red and Charlene McCombs Field, the Promised Land, June 1st, 2023, and this is it. We've reached the point of no return as the Santa Gertrudis Lady Lions will take on the Coahoma Bulldogettes for the Class 3A State Championship. Kevin R. on the play-by-play. Thanks for joining us on Rio Sports Live on a beautiful sun-soaked Thursday afternoon in Austin, Texas. Again, Kevin R. on the play-by-play. Santa Gertrudis looking to win their first state championship since the 2018 season, coached by Tomas de los Santos. SGA coming in with a 40-5 record. They were able to pick up the win yesterday, 6-3 against Grandview. And that game got, things got going for Santa Gertrudis in that top half of the second inning. They were able to get 5 runs in the second inning against the hard-throwing Matty Dottie of Grandview. And yesterday, I wrote it in the recap that it was about a cleanup performance as Santa Gertrudis has checked in all year. They played a complete balanced attack from their pitching with Deandra Fernandez, who went the distance and only yielded 3 runs on 7 hits. They got 3 different double plays, and Adi Mireles, the shortstop, was the catalyst of 2 of those 3 double plays. And talking with Coach Tomas de los Santos post games, I don't even think I've ever seen 3 double plays in one game. I've only seen it once, and that was last year when Hallettsville played Bishop in the 3A region final. Hallettsville turned 3 double plays. Prior to that, I ain't never seen that before until yesterday. And what a perfect time for Santa Gertrudis to say, hey, let's turn not 1, not 2, but 3 double plays. And a big defensive performance from Santa Gertrudis. And yesterday in the broadcast is what I was telling folks is that when they played Hedburnville back earlier in this postseason was that Coach Ramirez was stressing to his team that these girls are not going to make mistakes. They're going to put the ball in play. They're going to make the routine plays, and that was evident yesterday in Santa Gertrudis' win. Bottom half of the order, Alexis Moreno, Trinity Salguero, Hannah Perales, and Julia Guerrero, all combined for that 5-run bottom half or top half of the second inning. Now, 4 different Lady Lions did go hitless. Adi Mireles in the leadoff spot, Izzy De Los Santos, Kiana Cruz, and Alexis Moreno. So, looking for a little bit of a turn in the top of the order. Now, Taylor Reyes, well, she got hers. She wound up finishing with 2 hits, one being a 2-run triple, and then the solo home run to left center, and that essentially was the icing on the cake for SGA. Looking for a big bounce-back game from Adi Mireles, who will be batting in the leadoff spot. But again, the bottom of the order, Trinity Salguero checked in 2 hits with an RBI, Hannah Perales with a hit herself, and then Julia Guerrero, who was our Economy Awards Player of the Game. She wound up with 2 RBIs, 2 hits, a run, and 2 at-bats. Julia Guerrero was instrumental at the bottom half of the order, that spark plug, and you're counting together 5 hits combined between the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. And it's just a lineup that's so deep for Santa Gertrudis, and a team that has scored more runs this year than the 2018 team. So a lot to be optimistic about if you are Santa Gertrudis. They went up against a hard-throwing Maddie Dottie yesterday, 68, 65, a fastball that whips like the wind. Now they're going to have their hands full when they're going to be going up against yet another underclassman. This time it'll be the right arm of the young sophomore Hannah Wells. Wells coming in with a 19-1 record. Yesterday in the state semifinal, Wells pitched a 1-hitter and took a no-hitter into the 5th inning. She went 7 innings, allowed 1 hit, walked 4, struck out 11, and her pitch count was at 109, facing 28 different batters. So Hannah Wells, the big hard-throwing right-hander, expected to do the same here today. And the thing for Santa Gertrudis is they saw the velo yesterday from Dottie. It's something they've seen before. They didn't shy away from it. We were already starting to talk up here in the press box about Hannah Wells, how she can hit 70, 71. That's D1 level right there. And with the Women's College World Series starting today, you're going to see a lot of that. We're going to see a lot of that here this afternoon with Hannah Wells. She'll be the starting pitcher for the Coahoma Bulldogettes. Thanks for joining us on our pregame show. We're coming to you live from Red and Charlene McCombs Field in Austin, Texas. Santa Gertrudis and Coahoma. So Hannah Wells, the 5'10 sophomore, again, she'll get the nod in the circle for Coahoma. And the starting pitcher for Santa Gertrudis, they'll be going back to Deandra Fernandez, who pitched the complete game yesterday. We'll talk more about the pitching matchup, national anthem coming up. We'll get you the starting lineups when we come back. You're listening to Rio Sports Live, powered by T-Mobile.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Just listen to me.
Escucha.
Do everything with
Prontísimo.
Out of home business or
flexible.
Insurance for all your
barato.
needs. You say you just got a new boat. Come on by and we'll give you a free quote.
Prontísimo.
Okay, who's singing near you? Hello?
Accesible.
Come on.
Pregúntale a tu agente cómo ahorrar con Pronto, porque más barato, nadie.
Welcome back. We are getting ready to get underway from the Class 3A State Championship. Kevin Aro on the play-by-play. Thanks for joining us.
Please make some noise.
A beautiful day for softball in the Class 3A State Championship. And this is it. This is what these teams play for when they gear up back in early January at their first day of practice. Coahoma, they've been here quite a few times. Their last state championship, though, was in 1998. They're coming off back-to-back state championship appearances. Let's meet the starting lineup for the Bulldogettes. Christian Everett in the leadoff spot. Hannah Wells bats second. Mia Klamer in the 3 spot. Brian Rogers bats fourth. Shay Lang, Caden Lee, Carly Burt, Baylor Wright, Nevaeh Kirby, all in the starting lineup. So Everett, Wells, Klamer, Rogers, Lang, Lee, Burt, Wright, Kirby, all in the starting order. Michaela Galavillo is the game's flex, and she is playing first base. Deandra Fernandez is the starting pitcher for Santa Gertrudis. The young freshman went 7 innings, yielding 8 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned. Walked 1, struck out 1, faced 24. She faced 29 batters. And just a 79 pitch count yesterday. Keep an eye on that. Fernandez takes the signs, deals, and away we go in the Class 3A State Championship, and Fernandez deals in a strike to the batter, Christian Everett. So no balls and a strike to the leadoff batter, Everett. Ground ball to the right side of the infield. Easy pickings, 2 pitches, and there's 1 away. Everett retired on a 4-3 putout. Taylor Reyes, the second baseman. Adi Mireles is the shortstop. That's the middle infield for SGA. Hannah Perales is over on the hot corner. Izzy De Los Santos is playing first base, and that is the infield for Santa Gertrudis. First pitch swinging from Wells. She slices it foul. It's no balls and a strike. Kiana Cruz calling the balls and strikes. The battery mate to Fernandez. Wells digs into the box. Has cranked 21 home runs this year. Shoots it foul and out of play. And Fernandez gets ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Just a mid-50s pitcher is Fernandez. A lot of junk. The changeup, the curve, and the screw. So not a lot of velo coming from the young right-hander. Here is the 0-2 pitch. That is outside for ball 1. Kelvin Steamer is the home plate umpire. Velma Walper is over at first base, and Otis Scott is the third base umpire. That pitch misses just off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That is our umpiring crew here this afternoon. Julia Guerrero is in right. Trinity Salguero is the designated player. Alexis Moreno is in center, and Karina Palacios is patrolling left field. The 2-2 from Fernandez, off speed, waits on it, crushes this one deep left center. That's going to one hop off the wall. Wells is going to make a long turn, and that's going to be a long stand-up double for Hannah Wells. So that ball looked like it had a shot. Wells just waited patiently. That is just good hitting there on the off speed from Hannah Wells.
Now batting catcher number 7, Mia Klemmer.
Mia Klemmer will now come to the plate. 3, 4, 5, teeth of the Bulldogette order coming up. The 1-out double. Now Fernandez trying to rebound. First pitch swinging, opposite field. That one's deep back and out of play. And it's no balls and a strike. Dimensions here at Red and Charlene McCombs Field, 200 in right, 212 in right center, 220 in dead center, 212 in left center, and 200 down the left field line. The 0-1 from Fernandez. Just gets a piece of it, and it's 0-2. So Fernandez, again, like she did to Wells, got ahead on the count early, and you can see that Coahoma is coming out of the box aggressive. They're swinging early. They're trying to get on top of that off speed. Clammer's stepping up in the box, as any hitter would do. Ground ball to the shortstop, dropped, flips it over to first, gets it about in the nick of time by about a half a step. And that could have been trouble for Santa Gertrudis. But Adi Mireles, she picked it up, dropped it, checked Wells going to third, then flipped it over and got Clammer on a 6-3 putout. So there are 2 outs now. And Rogers will come to the plate. Righty-lefty matchup. Bryn Rogers, the designated player, batting in the 4th spot for Coahoma. First pitch just a little high for ball 1. Coahoma in the red uniforms with a white pinstripe. White socks, black pants, and the white uniforms for Santa Gertrudis. The 1-0, ground ball, gets on top of it. 4-3 putout, flips it over to first, and they work around that long double from Hannah Wells. Midway through the first, Coahoma was threatening. Santa Gertrudis able to work around that double. They're the home team. We'll meet the starting lineup when we come back. You're listening to Real Sports Live, powered by T-Mobile.
We are La Feria, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Roll Pride.
When you study local at Texas Southmost College, you can choose from over 50 associate degree programs, certificates, and workforce training programs. Register now for summer and fall classes and study local at Texas Southmost College.
Today's gonna be a big day on South Padre Island, but what should you do first? A big breakfast with friends sounds pretty good, but you really wanted to paddle out and see the sunrise from the water. Breakfast or boarding or breakfast? How about boarding, then breakfast? That was easy. Choosing what to do on South Padre Island. That's as hard.
Welcome back, bottom of the first. Let's meet this starting lineup for the Santa Gertrudis Lady Lions. In the leadoff spot is Adi Mireles. Taylor Reyes bats in the 2-hole. Batting in the 3rd spot is Izzy De Los Santos. Batting 4th, Karina Palacios. Kiana Cruz in the 5 spot. Alexis Moreno bats 6. Trinity Salguero is the DP. She bats 7th. Hannah Perales in the 8th spot, and Julia Guerrero in the 9th spot. Mireles, Reyes, De Los Santos, Palacios, Cruz, Moreno, Salguero, Perales, and Guerrero in the starting lineup for Coach Tomas De Los Santos, and they'll line up against the hard-throwing sophomore Hannah Wells.
Number 13, Hannah Wells. And leading off shortstop, number
Hannah Wells also, of course, a top 10 pitching prospect in her class for the 5'10 sophomore. Took a no-hitter into the 5th in yesterday's ball game. She sets, delivers, and off we go. Fastball in there for strike 1. Shout out to my good buddy Frankie Cardenas tuning in. He's covered Santa Gertrudis before in the past. Bishop, all in the Coastal Bend. Fly ball to center. Ranging back, making the catch is Sharyland for out number 1.
Out number 1.
So 2 pitches, and Mireles remains hitless here in the state tournament. Taylor Reyes will come to the plate. Now, Reyes had herself a ball game yesterday. She had that 2-run triple, who originally I scored a double. But the official scorekeepers here awarded Reyes with that 3-bagger. And later the cherry on top was the solo shot. Big swing and a miss for strike 1 to Reyes. Christian Everett is the shortstop. Nevaeh Kirby is playing second base. Coahoma with the infield, playing about midway. Darts a fastball. It's 0-2. So Everett is the shortstop. Kirby, the second baseman in the red uniforms. Here's the 0-2 to Reyes. And that's going to be a fair ball. That ball took about a funky hop, and she's going to be safe at first. Huh. So Calvillo dove for the ball, tight roping that first baseline. The ball ricocheted, would look like it ricocheted off her mask. The ball rolled right back to Wells, and then she threw it back over to the second baseman covering, which was Kirby, and Reyes was called safe on a bang-bang play. And that is probably one of the stranger plays you'll see. Yeah, you got to score that a hit because Calvillo dove for it, and the ball ricocheted off her face mask, and the ball rolled back towards the circle, and that's where Wells had the awareness to pick it up. But strange way to get on base, but Reyes is aboard. That first pitch is away for ball 1 to De Los Santos, who also had a rough day at the plate yesterday, going 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Los Santos batting in the third spot, the 1-0 pitch. And that misses just a little low. 2 balls and no strikes. Mia Clamer is the starting catcher. We'll talk about her and Wells' chemistry later in the broadcast. Ground ball back up the middle, picked, could be 2, and a 6-3 double play for Coahoma, and an inning-ending twin killer. Fielded on the hop was Everett, tapped on the bag at second, flipped it over to first. And the defense flashing some leather. We've played 1. We head to the second. You're listening to Rio Sports Live, powered by T-Mobile.
SoPadre.com. Today's gonna be a big day on South Padre Island, but what should you do first? A big breakfast with friends sounds pretty good, but you really wanted to paddle out and see the sunrise from the water. Breakfast or boarding or breakfast? How about boarding, then breakfast? That was easy. Choosing what to do on South Padre Island. That's as hard as it gets. Visit SoPadre.com.
You're watching Rio Sports Live.
Traigo 100 kilos de ropa, lo que se me antoja, dinero en el banco. Muchas me andan criticando, pues traigo carrazos que como le hago. Tengo aseguro del bueno, pronto y flexible y sale barato. Es mi corrido humilde, que no se te olvide que me ando ahorrando.
Ask your agent how you can start saving with Pronto. Best price in town.
Forever.
Welcome back. Top of the second inning. You are listening to the Class 3A Softball State Championship. Kevin Arrow on the play-by-play. Thanks for joining us on Rio Sports Live, powered by T-Mobile. Here at our state capital, Austin, Texas, Red and Sharyland McCombs Field, as Fernandez. First pitch low and in for ball 1. 5, 6, 7, the middle half of the order. Sharyland will lead it off. Caden Lee in the on-deck circle, and Kaylee Burt is in the hole. A ball and no strikes as Fernandez misses high for ball 2. So we've seen the ball bounce every which way out on that infield dirt. And then we've seen a double play on a 6-3 unassisted. We've seen a long double. So a lot of action here through the first inning of play and the state championship. There's a line drive into right. On the run, making the catch in right field, tracking that one down was Julia Guerrero. That ball had some smoke to it, but Guerrero, quick feet and took a great angle. And Lang is retired on the F9. And on the as an outfielder, your first step's always back, but even when I played baseball, even the guys that weren't as fast as others, so long as you know how to take angles, you could make for a pretty darn good outfielder. And Guerrero, who is as quick as any, and the first pitch popped up right side of the infield. Fernandez calling everyone off. She steps to the left of the circle. And a couple of pitches, and Fernandez has 2 quick outs. Caden Lee popped up to the pitcher, but back to Guerrero. Showed off some quick feet and took a great angle to her right. First pitch in there for strike 1. Carly Burton out of the plate, 7-8-9. Fernandez pitch popped up, shallow center on the run, making the over-the-shoulder catch was Taylor Reyes in shallow center, and a clean 1-2-3 inning for Deandra Fernandez and Santa Gertrudis. It'll be 4-5-6 the order up. Karina Palacios, Kiana Cruz, Alexis Moreno, all due up. Bottom half of the second from our state capital. You're listening to Real Sports Live, powered by T-Mobile.
Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Our service is unmatched. Our commitment to our team and our community, relentless. Our products are innovative and exciting. Fruya, we're what's next now.
Hi, I'm Rod Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
Welcome back. Bottom of the second, Karina Palacios to lead it off. First pitch from Wells misses for ball 1. So assistant coach Daniel Fernandez had a little something in his hair, and he had to dye it blue. And the bet, as that pitch misses low and in for ball 2. The bet was back in the fall, in fact. Coach Daniel Fernandez says, you girls make state, I will dye my hair blue. And just to let you know, I've never dyed my hair, not once in my life. And the catalyst behind all of it was Karina Palacios, as she takes that pitch high for ball 3. From the fall till now, every other day on campus, Karina kept making sure that Coach Fernandez remembered that if we make state, you're dyeing your hair blue. 3-0 pitch. Ooh, good take. Ball 4, and Palacios with a sharp eye. That pitch just missed inside for a leadoff walk and a 4-pitch walk. Now, mind you, yesterday Wells did walk 4, but she did whiff 11. Now Kiana Cruz will come to the plate. Cruz went 0 for 3 yesterday. Tries to lay down the bunt, but it goes foul. So last night in the team hotel, that's when the bet was upheld, and Coach Fernandez says he looked more like a Smurf when he woke up this morning, but he's got the blue hair underneath that SGA hat he's wearing down on the first base box. They went down to first on the throw. As that pitch missed for ball 1. It's a ball and a strike. Only in softball you'll get something like that. It's a ball and a strike. Wells sets, rocks, low and in. 2 balls and a strike. It's kind of like, in football, these days the kids like to bleach their hair blonde when they go into the playoffs. Never have I seen blue hair before, at least in a bet. The 2-1. High for ball 3. We'll be here all day. Cal Allen will take center stage tonight in primetime, 7 o'clock. They will take on Aubrey later this evening at 7 o'clock. Coach Teresa Lentz and the Lady Wildcats back at the state tournament for a 3rd time in 5 years. Trying to go around on the bunt attempt again as Cruz, and the count goes full. It's 3-2. So the fun fact is that at the Cal Allen Invitational this year, 3 teams who were in that tournament are right here in Austin. Cal Allen, Santa Gertrudis, and San Benito. All the infield starting to play in. The 3-2 popped up left side of the infield, an easy play. And Burt, the third baseman, will call it off. 4 out, number 1, and now Alexis Moreno will come to the plate. Moreno 0 for 3 yesterday, but did score a run. She reached on a walk.
Now batting center fielder number 20, Alexis Moreno.
And the steal down to second, and the throw got her out at second. For out number 2, Palacios got a bit of a late jump. And that ball was beamed right in there from Mia Claimer, and that is a big, big, big out number 2. So Alexis Moreno at the plate. She is ahead 2-0. Wells' pitch misses. It's 2 balls and a strike. Claimer got her by about a whole foot. Santa Gertrudis trying to be aggressive on the base paths, and why not? Against a dominant pitcher like Wells, we mentioned yesterday, she took a no-no into the 5th. She went the distance and allowed just 1 hit, walked 4, struck out 11. 34-3 now on the year for the 5'10 sophomore. Already starting to catch the eyes of many Division I colleges. What better way to show what you got on the big stage here at the University of Texas in Austin. A couple of pitchers have come through here. They know a thing or two, and they foul it off. So Moreno trying to stay alive in the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Coach Tomas de los Santos guiding the ship for SGA. The 3-2 just misses above the letters. That is another walk issued by Wells. Moreno draws the walk, and now Trinity Salguero will come to the plate. Salguero yesterday had the hot stick. 2 for 3 with a run and an RBI. She did strike out once. But this is the bottom half of the order where we saw Santa Gertrudis really make their money yesterday against Grandview. It was that bottom half of the order that ignited that 5-run inning, and a big swing and miss from Salguero. Hannah Pereles is in the on-deck circle. Julia Guerrero is in the hole. So it's 7, 8, 9. And again, that bottom half of the order really made some noise yesterday against Maddie Dottie and the Zebras. Again, just getting a piece of it late on that swing, and it's 0-2. And a high 60s on the velo for Hannah Wells. Here's the 0-2, the pitch. Temperatures 87 degrees. Partly cloudy skies here at Red and Charlene McCombs Field, but it was certainly hot down there pregame. The 1-2, swing and a miss. On the screwball.
Number 3. Gertrudis.
Wells had 11 strikeouts yesterday. She gets her first of the ball game. We've played 2. We head to the 3rd. Still no score in the Class 3A state championship. You're listening to Rio Sports Live, powered by T-Mobile.
Located in Kent, Washington, Baden has been delivering world-class
House corn and flour tortillas since 1994. Try our delicious menudo, tasty barbacoa, fresh tamales, tacos, pareadas with juicy grilled chicken, and tender fajitas. On Mondays, buy 1 barbacoa taco and get 1 free if you mention that you're a Bloodhound fan. Located at 4726 Paredes Line Road, Brownsville, Texas. Open every day at 6:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. To order, contact 956-541-9594.
We are the Wesco Lady Panthers, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Woo!
Date night on South Padre Island? No problem. You could hit the town and dance the night away. Or maybe you'd prefer some fun and games, like being a kid again. Party like a grown-up? Or a throwback to the good old days? Tough call. Luckily, either decision will be the right one. Choosing what to do on South Padre Island? That's as hard as it gets. Visit SoPadre.com.
Welcome back. Top of inning number 3. Kevinaro on the play-by-play. 8-9-1, the order up
Top of the 3rd, leading off
for the Bulldogettes.
Left fielder, number 11, Baylor Wright.
Baylor Wright will lead it off. Right-handed hitter. First pitch, low one in, and it's a ball and no strikes. Be sure to follow us on our social media sites at Real Sports Live, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. We are live on our social media accounts via an audio broadcast. The 1-0 pitch chops it foul. It's 1-1. If you haven't already, be sure to download the app, Real Sports Live, on your Apple device or your Android. And you can flip through our channels throughout the summer. We'll have some 7-on-7, a state qualifier later this weekend. The Snake Pit Classic, excuse me. Ground ball and a base hit in the 6 hole, and that ball trickles into left. And Baylor Wright with a leadoff single. And Coahoma has a leadoff runner on, and Nevaeh Kirby will now come to the dish.
Now batting second baseman, number 3, Nevaeh Kirby.
We'll have 2 separate crews, one down at Mission Veterans High School and one down at Tom Landry, as the month of June means there's going to be a whole lot of 7-on-7 as Kirby try to bunt that ball. But it goes foul. No balls and a strike. San Benito will fly ball left field. And running in to make the catch is Palacios on the F7. So San Benito will be in town tomorrow as they will take on Pearland in the 6A state semifinal. San Benito, of course, it is their 3rd trip to the state tournament. Back to the top of the order, and Christian Everett ahead on the count. 1 ball and no strikes. Again, shows bunt. And the count goes even at 1-1. Everett grounded out on a 4-3 putout to Reyes in her first at-bat. Top of the order, the 1-1. Fernandez with the infield crashing, lays down the bunt perfectly. The ball's picked up, thrown over to first. The sacrifice in order. And there are 2 away. So Wright takes second. Everett gets the sacrifice bunt.
Now batting pitcher number 13, Hannah Wells.
And now this brings up Hannah Wells and a golden opportunity to help her own cause. And Santa Gertrudis is going to intentionally walk Wells.
Now batting catcher number 7, Mia Klimmer.
And now Mia Klamer will come to the plate. The 2 big bats in the Bulldogette order. First pitch off the plate for ball 1. And it's a pick your poison. Klamer coming into the tournament leads the team in average with a 614 mark. Off speed, hard hit ball, deep center, on the track, makes the catch for out number 3. My, oh my, that ball was given a ride to deep center. But racing back to the track was Alexis Moreno for out number 3. My, oh my. De Los Santos rolls the dice, and it pays off. They walk Wells to get to Klamer, and a long fly ball to dead center. Top of the 3rd, no score. Woo-hoo. We got a good one. When we come back, you're listening to Real Sports Live.
Baby, just listen to me.
Escucha.
We do everything with speed.
Prontísimo.
Out of home business service.
Flexible.
Insurance for all your
Barato.
needs. You say you just got a new boat. Come on by and we'll give you a free quote.
Prontísimo.
Okay, who's singing? Me or you? Hello?
Accesible.
I'm out.
Ask your agent how you can start saving with Pronto. Best price in town.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
Welcome back. Bottom half of the 3rd. High drama, and why not, in the Class 3A state championship. Coach De Los Santos electing to walk Hannah Wells. 2 runners on, Mia Klamer. He obliterated that softball to dead center, and Moreno was running back and made the catch at the track. I mean, that ball was as close as it to being gone, and what would have been a 3-run lead for Coahoma. We stayed deadlocked at no score. And like that illegal pitch yesterday, we're going to go back and circle that at bat later in this ball game. But onto the bottom half of the 3rd we go. Trinity Salguero was in the 7th spot. She was the last batter and struck out, so it will be 8-9-1. And Wells' pitch misses inside, ball 1. So Perales will lead it off. 8-9-1 again for Santa Gertrudis. Bottom of the 3rd inning for SGA, looking to get on the board. That pitch clips the inside corner, and it's a ball and a strike. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Went to the screwball there. A swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. First at bat for Perales. Perales yesterday went 1 for 3 with a run. Takes time, steps out of the box. Santa Gertrudis in the black pants and the white uniform with a black sleeve. 1-2 and a good take. Again, Coahoma did play in the state championship last year, and this is Wells' second appearance in the state championship. And goes back to that screwball. Swing and a miss and a strikeout.
Anna Wells, out number 1.
In Coahoma, the veteran group, they do have 7 starters back from last year's state runner-up team.
Now batting right fielder number 1, Julie Guerrero.
And it's Julia Guerrero, the 9-hole hitter, will dig in. The first pitch skips in the dirt, and it's a ball and no strikes. And both Claimer and Wells having a chat about midway between the plate and the circle. The battery there between Wells and Claimer, they've been a battery for 7 years now, and they've been playing together since they were 7 years old. So the chemistry runs deep between the two. And that pitch in there for a called strike one. Claimer is just a freshman, and Wells is a sophomore. So last year when Wells was a freshman, taking the big stage here at the state tournament, Claimer, all she could do was just watch from the stands. The 1-1 pitch, ground ball, right side, fielded on a hop, play over to first, and Guerrero is retired on a 4-3 putout. So all Claimer could do was just sit and watch and anxiously wait for her opportunity to not only catch for her best friend, who she's caught for the last 7 years, but an opportunity to play for a state championship. And now here the two are in a freshman-sophomore combo. So a bright future certainly for the two. That pitch looking for strike one. They both play for the Oklahoma Athletics travel ball team, both Wells and Claimer. The 0-1 ground ball. Wells picks it with her glove on a backhand, flips it over to first, as confident as ever as the 5'10 sophomore, and a 1-2-3 inning for Hannah Wells and company.
3 up and 3 down.
We head to the fourth. We're rolling along. We'll talk more about the Bulldogettes when we come back. You're listening to Rio Sports Live, powered by T-Mobile.
Trucks and SUVs, and see firsthand why Ford is.
My son Leo just graduated from high school, but also with his associate degree from Texas Southmost College at no cost at all. Not having that financial burden was so helpful to our family. That's 2 years we did not have to pay for.
All of my TSC credits transferred to UTRGV, and I am so grateful to go into my major debt-free.
Welcome back.
Leading off top of the fourth for Coahoma, the DP.
Top of the fourth. Rogers to lead it off for the Bulldogettes. Shoots it foul. No balls and a strike. So that battery between Claimer and Wells, mentioned it runs deep. Been a battery for 7 years. They play travel ball together. And a line drive to left. And right to the left fielder was Karina Palacios. And there's one away. Sharyland will now come to the plate.
Now batting center fielder, 00, Sharyland.
First pitch misses low for ball one. Alexander Orozco, the head coach for the Bulldogettes. The 1-0 pitch. And a line shot well fouled down the left field line. Cassie Lewis, Katie, Renteria, Sydney Upshaw, all in the coaching staff under Coach Orozco. Ball and a strike. Low and in. The Bulldogettes averaging about 8 runs a pop in the postseason. And they have pitched 6 different shutouts. As that ball is foul. 6 different shutouts. Yesterday, their 6th shutout in a 1-0 win against Rains, who was the defending state champion last year in Class 3A, the year before, 2021. Last year it was Hallettsville who won it all. Ground ball, diving play from her knees, throws over to first, not in time, and an infield single. So Lang with a 1-out infield single. That ball right down the third base line. That was Hannah Perales, who dove to her right from her knees, made the throw, just not in time. Now Kaden Lee will come to the plate. She's 0 for 1. Popped up on one pitch, right to the pitcher Fernandez. Off speed, they lay down the bunt. Fernandez picks it up over to first. Sacrifice in order.
Leandro Fernandez to Izzy De Los Santos, out number 2. And now batting third baseman number 1, Carly Burt.
Carly Burt will now come to the plate. It was their 6th shutout yesterday against Rains. Won it all the year before. Rains beat Bishop in 2021 was the last time I made it up here. Ground ball, took a bad hop. The play over to first, and the run's going to come around to score. And Sharyland is going to come around to score. It's 1-0. Lang from second was flying around the bases with 2 outs. Taylor Reyes, the second baseman, dove and made the stop, got up and made the throw over to first, and Lang, she had the green light all the way around. And an infield single for Kaylee Burt. That is just a tough break there for Santa Gertrudis. Taylor Reyes, the second baseman, dove to her right, kept the ball in front of her. And she was deep in the 4-hole, and Lang again, she was just sprinting around the base paths. And it would have taken a phenomenal throw for Reyes to make that throw from second to home. First pitch swinging, fly ball, shallow center, on the run, makes the catch for out number 3. Wright is retired on the F8, but a run comes across to score. It's 1-0 Coahoma on some heads-up base running midway through the 4th. When we come back, you're listening to Real Sports Live.
Our service is unmatched. Our commitment to our team and our community, relentless. Our products are innovative and exciting. Fruya, we're what's next now.
When you study local at Texas Southmost College, you can choose from over 50 associate degree programs, certificates, and workforce training programs. Register now for summer and fall classes and study local at Texas Southmost College.
We're La Vida and you're watching Real Sports Live. Go Cardinals!
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
Sail the seas? Or see the sails? On South Padre Island, that's as hard as it gets. Visit sopadre.com.
Welcome back. Bottom half of the fourth. On the flip side, it is top of the order up, 2-3-4 for Santa Gertrudis, and Taylor Reyes is ahead in the count, a ball and no strikes. And that is a strike looking. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 to Reyes. And she takes that for ball 2. And this is a big spot in this ball game. Wells is cruising along just fine. Now you're down by a run, and the game, it's simple here. You need your leadoff man on. And then you're going to need that sacrifice bunt to put your leadoff man in scoring position as Reyes just fights that one off foul. It's 2-2. But you need your leadoff man on here for Santa Gertrudis. SGA, the home team. The 2-2. Big swing and miss. So there's one away.
Now batting first baseman, number 16, Izzy De Los Santos.
Izzy De Los Santos will now come to the plate. Over 1 is De Los Santos. Karina Palacios in the on-deck circle. That one skips in the dirt. And it's ball 1. Check that, it's a 0-1 count. And now the count runs even at a ball and a strike. Inside ball 2. So yesterday in the state semis, Coahoma scored their lone run in the 2nd inning. They took down Reigns. They are in the state championship for a 2nd straight year. That pitch finds the river. It's 2-2. Let's go back into the mid-90s when softball first became a sanctioned sport. 1993. Outside. And that's ball 4. So they get the base runner on, despite there being 1 out. Now Karina Palacios will come to the plate. So softball became a sport in the state of Texas and was sanctioned by UIL in 1993, and only Class 5A competed here at the state tournament. That pitch low and in, ball 1. Pasadena Dobie beat Tomball 1-0 for the first ever state championship game. By 1995, Class 2A through 5A were all eligible to play here at the state tournament, as the fastball right down the middle looking. It's 1-1. Wasn't until 2001 when Class 1A was added to the tournament. But since softball's inception in '93, ground ball to the shortstop, picks it in the 6-hole, 6-4, and safe at first on a bang-bang play. And would have been an inning-ending double play. The Los Santos out on a 6-4 force play at second. Karina Palacios is aboard on a fielder's choice, and now Kiana Cruz will come to the plate. 2 outs and 1 runner on first for Santa Gertrudis. So since 1993,
Now batting catcher number 3, Kiana Cruz.
Coahoma has made the state tournament their home. They went there in 96, 98, 99, 2000, 02, 03, 05, 06, 07, 08. With their dominant run in the last decade. First pitch is in there for strike 1, and then most recently 2022 and this year. So they've been to the state tournament in back-to-back years. Throw down to first, the tag late. In Coahoma, their last state championship was in 1998. The last state championship for Santa Gertrudis was 20 years later in 2018. SGA has been to the big dance 5 different times, 12 different times for Coahoma. The 2-1 pitch, and that got her on the cleat. Let's hope Cruz is okay. And Alexis Moreno will come to the plate, and so now there'll be some ducks on the pond for SGA. Moreno drew a walk her last time up. Coach Alexander Orozco will go to the circle, and we'll get a courtesy runner in for Santa Gertrudis. Natalie Mireles will be the courtesy runner for the catcher Cruz. So Coach Orozco in the circle, talking with his infield. It's a 1-0 game here in the bottom half of the 4th. 1 run on 4 hits, no errors for Coahoma. No runs on just 1 hit from SGA. And that 1 hit came in the bottom half of the 1st from Taylor Reyes. Outside of that lone single, 2 walks and 3 walks and 1 hit batter
Now batting center fielder number 20.
for the SGA offense. So first and second, big spot here in the home half of the 4th. Alexis Moreno digs into the box. Again, this bottom half of the order came in clutch for Santa Gertrudis yesterday against Grandview as Moreno takes the first pitch, looking for strike 1. The 0-1 from Wells. Misses high. It's a ball and a strike. Moreno still looking for her first hit of the state tournament. What a better time for Moreno to cash in. The 1-1 pitch. Misses high, ball 2. Trinity Salgado waiting in the on-deck circle. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 down. First and second for SGA. Wells deals, ground ball, third base side. Ball is bobbled by the third baseman and everybody is safe. Bases are loaded. Palacios to third, Cruz to second. Moreno reaches on the E5. And it was 2 errors yesterday is why Raines was able to get some runners on the base paths. So now an error on the third baseman will continue this inning. Carly Burt over on the third base side bobbled that ball. Trinity Salgado to the plate with the bases juiced. First pitch catches the inside part of the plate for strike 1 looking. Bases loaded, nowhere to put them for Wells. 2 outs, bottom of the 4th, and a golden opportunity for Santa Gertrudis. The 0-1, low and in, ball and a strike. Packed crowd here at Red and Charlene McCombs Field. Santa Gertrudis fans flooding the stands to my left. Coahoma fans packed to my right. Here's the 1-1, the pitch. Ground ball, picked on the third base side, and that's a foul ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This game, you would feel, is at a crossroads right now with how well Hannah Welch has pitched here this afternoon. And prior to this inning, just 3 base runners for Santa Gertrudis. 1 in the first, 2 in the second. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fans on their feet. Wells, right foot on the rubber, deals the 1-2. Just missed inside. It's 2-2. Kelvin Steamer, the home plate umpire, he's not pinching the zone this afternoon. 2-2. Salguero steps out of the box, steps back in. The 2-2. Chopper to Wells, bobbles it, throws it over to first for out number 3. And they get out of the bases loaded jam. Salguero on a 1-1-3 ground out. Santa Gertrudis unable to cash in on the bases loaded opportunity. You can take a deep breath. Coahoma.
Today's show-stopping action brought to you by Jack in the Box.
We head to the 5th, 1-0. Bulldogettes with a lead. You're listening to Real Sports Live, powered by T-Mobile.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the UIL, are the 825,000 high school sports and performing arts students in Texas. And so, we stand. We stand for the runners, debate team members, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, officials, and adjudicators. We stand for the drummers, football players, and actors. We stand for the golfers, singers, and swimmers. We stand as the national leader and advocate for these essential activities and all who participate in them and make them possible. Because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
We've created 12 academies to provide students with access to fields of study that best fit their interests and passions. Within the 12 academies, there are 42 certifications that will aid students in getting a head start on a career upon graduation. Become HCISD proud and enroll today.
Welcome back. Top of the 5th. Kevin Naro on the play-by-play. Coahoma and Santa Gertrudis. Top of the 5th, 1-0. The Bulldogettes with a lead. First pitch inside. That's going to be a hit batter.
Now batting shortstop, number 42, Kristen Everett.
And Nevaeh Kirby will take the free pass, hit by the pitch. And this will flip the lineup back to the top of the order. Kristen Everett goes around for the bunt, misses. It's no balls and a strike. Santa Gertrudis with a golden opportunity to cash in with the bases loaded. The 0-1 outside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Everett went 0 for 2 yesterday in the state semis. just getting a piece of it was Christian Everett, and she was showing the bunt, so that brought the SGA infield all crashing in, and at the last second trying to slash her way on was Everett. She's 0 for 1 with a sacrifice bunt, 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody down and a runner on first. Fernandez shoots that in there, and it goes foul. The count sticks at 1-2. Deandra Fernandez, the daughter of Coach Daniel Fernandez. It's kind of come full circle for Coach Fernandez and I. We met a couple of years ago. Ground ball, left side of the infield. Play over to second. They get the force on a 6-4 putout. Adi Mireles made the play at short. Got it in time over to Taylor Reyes covering the bag at second. So Everett reaches on the fielder's choice, and same song, different verse. They're going to intentionally walk Hannah Wells yet again. So it's first and second. Here we are again, 1 out. And Mia Clamer will come to the plate. Clamer just missed a 3-run shot. Her last at bat. Andrea Arredondo will be the courtesy runner for Coahoma at first. First and second, 1 out. Top of the 5th. Fernandez, first pitch swinging. Fly ball to right, on the run, making the catch. And there are 2 away. Julia Guerrero has played extremely well out in right field this afternoon for Santa Gertrudis. And there are 2 away.
Now batting the DP, number 2, Bren Rogers.
Bren Rogers will come to the plate. She's 0 for 2, a ground out in the first and a fly out to left in the 4th inning. First and second for the Bulldogettes, and a 1-0 lead here in the state championship. Fernandez now trying to work out of trouble, middle of the infield, playing back. First pitch, fouls it back for strike 1. Now ball is in a strike. The 0-1 pulled foul and out of play. It's 0-2. So again, we will be here throughout the day. Our second audio broadcast will be Cal Island later tonight at 7. As the Almaraz sisters will take center stage. We'll talk more about them later this evening. No balls and 2 strikes. Fernandez deals. That one's just off the plate. Ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Cal Island was here in 2021 and in 2019. 2019 was the first time the Lady Wildcats punched their ticket to Austin, and now they are back for a 3rd time in 5 years. The 1-2 off speed. Fouls it back. And a youngster there will haul in that softball. Have a souvenir for himself. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. To the left-handed hitting Rogers, who is also the designated player. Rogers, a junior, went 0 for 3 yesterday in the state semi game. She, too, is searching for her first hit of the tournament. She's 0 for 5. Digs back into the box. Here's the 1-2. Good take. It's 2-2. So again, 7 different starters from Coahoma were in this spot last year against Hallettsville. They wound up losing that one 6-5. They are back and looking to avenge themselves here. Should say redeem themselves. trying to redeem last year's loss against Hallettsville, who was able to cover in the region final against Bishop. And along the way to get here, Santa Gertrudis beat Hallettsville in the Sweet 16, and that seriously turned some heads here in Region 4. The 2-2. Off speed, pokes this one into left. On the run is Palacios, makes the catch. And what has been a no-fly zone in the outfield for Santa Gertrudis. The F7, and they work around the bases. Runners on first and second, midway through the fifth. Holding her own is Fernandez. It's 1-0, 8-9-1, the order up for the Academy. You're listening to Real Sports Live, powered by T-Mobile.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the UIL, are the 825,000 high school sports and performing arts students in Texas. And so, we stand. We stand for the runners, debate team members, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, officials, and adjudicators. We stand for the drummers, football players, and actors. We stand for the golfers, singers, and swimmers. We stand as the national leader and advocate for these essential activities and all who participate in them and make them possible. Because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
Call today, 956-361-5558.
We here at Mesquite want to wish all local athletes good luck in today's game.
Welcome back. Bottom of the fifth. Starting to count out if you are a Bulldogette fan. First pitch looking is strike one to Hannah Perales, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Just her second at-bat here this afternoon, and we're in the home half of the fifth. And if you're barely taking your second at-bat in the fifth inning, that says one thing, that the pitcher has been dominant. And Wells has just allowed just one hit. That one just misses for ball 2. Aubrey and Cal Allen later tonight at 7. Be sure to stick around for that, for a live audio broadcast. And then we will be back tomorrow for San Benito. 4 o'clock first pitch. The 2-1 misses outside. It's 3-1. And again, 8-9-1. The bottom half of the order has certainly done some damage, but you know, like we mentioned back in the fourth, you need your leadoff man on. The 3-1. Fouls it off. It's 3-2. I think just as a hitter, I'd want to take that more passive approach on a 3-1 count. You need to get on any way you can. Fouls it off again, and the count stays full at 3-2. Julia Guerrero waiting in the on-deck circle. SGA was able to load the bases in the fourth. 3-2, fouled back. Right above our heads up here in the press box. It was a one-out walk to De Los Santos. Palacios then reached on a fielder's choice with 2 outs. A hit by pitch to Cruz, and then Moreno reached on the E5, and that loaded the bases, and Salguero grounded out to Wells on a 1-3 putout. And they just fouled that one off. Is Perales. That one looked like either went off her shin or her cleat, but she's down, being checked on by trainers, and De Los Santos will take a quick timeout on an injury Timeout when we come back.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the UIL, are the 825,000 high school sports and performing arts students in Texas. And so, we stand. We stand for the runners, debate team members, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, officials, and adjudicators. We stand for the drummers, football players, and actors. We stand for the golfers, singers, and swimmers. We stand as the national leader and advocate for these essential activities and all who participate in them and make them possible. Because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
See art or create it. On South Padre Island, that's as hard as it gets. Visit sopadre.com.
My son Leo just graduated from high school, but also with his associate degree from Texas Southmost College at no cost at all. Not having that financial burden was so helpful to our family. That's 2 years we did not have to pay for.
All of my TSC credits transferred to UTRGV, and I am so grateful to go into my major debt-free.
Hija, tomorrow's your quinceañera. I need you to call your padrinos and tell them thank you for the salon, the tamales, the dress, el DJ.
Ay, Ama, you called them. I didn't even want a quinceañera in the first place. I would have preferred to have gone to Paris instead.
I will, fine. I'm gonna give you your surprise gift early.
Huh?
Guess what? You're going to Paris.
How?
Well, I've been saving mucho dinero all year in insurance thanks to Pronto Insurance.
Let's just get the quinceañera and go straight to Paris.
Call your padrinos right now.
Okay.
Ask your agent how you can start saving with Pronto. Best price in town.
Welcome back. So Hannah Perales gets back up on her feet, takes a couple of practice swings, and she is one tough cookie. She steps back into the box. Wells ready to go, the 3-2, and again she fights that one off. 8-9-1. Santa Gertrudis trailing 1-0 here in the home half of the fifth. Three-two pitch, takes it high, ball four, and that is about a hard-earned walk, as you will see. Well, there you go. Your leadoff man is on. You're down by a run. Now Julia Guerrero will come to the plate. She's 0 for 1. Big spot here if you're SGA. Looks like Coach De Los Santos may go to courtesy runner, and he is. Natalie Mireles will be the courtesy runner.
At first base, number 33, Natalie Morales.
So Guerrero to the plate.
And now batting number 1, right fielder Julie Guerrero.
She had 2 hits in yesterday's win. Fully anticipating a bunt, as that was Wells was looking over to her third baseman showing the bunt sign. First pitch, Guerrero bunts it foul. It's no balls and a strike. Guerrero 0 for 1 with a ground out on a 4-3 putout back in the third inning. Carly Burke, the third baseman, coming in and talking with Claimer and Wells. Corners of the infield coming in. Guerrero showing bunt. They crash. Guerrero lays down the bunt perfectly. Play over to first. Sacrifice in order. So Perales she drew the walk, and Mireles is the courtesy runner.
Now batting shortstop, number 27, Adi Baradas.
And Guerrero laid down the sacrifice bunt. Now the tying run in scoring position, and now Adi Mireles, 0 for 5 here in the tournament, lays down the bunt yet again, and the sacrifice in order, and the tying run moves to third.
Out number 2.
So back-to-back sacrifice bunts.
Number 22, Taylor Reyes.
Now trailing by a run, the tying run on third, and Taylor Reyes will come to the plate. She is 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single, and the lone hit surrendered by Wells here this afternoon. First pitch, swing and a miss for strike one. Reyes had a triple and a solo home run yesterday. Ironically enough, that solo home run came in the 5th inning yesterday against Grandview. 0-2 looking. Now the Coahoma fans up on their feet. No balls, 2 strikes, tying run at third. The 0-2, Reyes, a little flare, and that's gonna fall in. Tie game at 1. 2 strikes, 2 outs, backs against the wall. Taylor Reyes fought that one off, in on the hands, and just a little Texas leaguer into shallow center. Bottom of the 5th, we are tied at 1. My, oh my, Taylor Reyes stepped up yesterday with a triple and a home run, and no bigger hit for the junior. She fought that one off into shallow center.
Now batting first baseman, number 16,
An 0-2 count with 2 strikes. Tying run on third, and Reyes delivers. Now De Los Santos at the plate. First pitch, fouls it off. 0-1. We got a brand new ball game. Ana Palacios in the on-deck circle. De Los Santos looking for her first hit here in the tournament. She did draw a walk in her last AB in the 4th. Chases that one upstairs. It's 0-2. Impressive piece of hitting there from Reyes. Reyes, just a junior for Santa Gertrudis. No balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2, well outside, ball 1. Coahoma got a run in the 4th. SGA answers here in the home half of the 5th. The 1-2 from Wells. Ground ball, right side, picked by the first baseman covering. Taps on the bag is Galvillo, but damage done. Taylor Reyes with some 2-strike, 2-out lightning. We are tied at 1. We head to the 6th and a brand new ball game here at Red and Charlene McCombs Field. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Real Sports Live.
Been feeling a little stressed lately? Luckily, South Padre Island has plenty of Or maybe you'd rather have some aww. Now that you think about it, it's been a long time since you've had a good How will you ever decide? choosing what to do on South Padre Island? That's as hard as it gets. Visit SoPadre.com.
Welcome back. Top of the 6th. Kevin Naro on the play-by-play. Thanks for joining us on Rio Sports Live and an audio-only broadcast. Brand new ball game. My goodness. What a game. And still got one more later tonight with Cal Allen at 7. And we're guaranteed one more tomorrow with San Benito at 4 o'clock. Back we go, top of the 6th. First pitch in there for strike one looking to the leadoff batter, Sharyland. 1 for 2 for Lang. A fly out to right in the second. A single and the lone run scored in the fourth. Lang was flying around the bases with 2 outs. Some really good base running from Lang to get Coahoma on the board. She was standing up on second. That ball was hit deep in that 4-hole for Taylor Reyes, who dove, kept the ball in front of her, and by the time she made the play over to first, everyone was safe. And again, even if Reyes was able to get back up on her feet, the throw from where she was at, deep at second base, it would have been a very, very difficult throw for her to make at the plate. Well inside, ball 3. Three balls, 1 strike to the leadoff batter, Lang. Coahoma now, much like Santa Gertrudis, they're going to need their leadoff man on, and they get it. Lang with a leadoff walk, Kaden Lee. She is 0 for 1 this afternoon. She flew out to Fernandez on 1 pitch and laid down the sacrifice bunt in the 4th. That helped get Lang across to score their first run and their only run of the ball game so far. Now the infield all coming in. Perales crashing all the way in, waiting for the bunt. And Lee takes the first pitch, looking for strike 1. All off speed from the freshman Fernandez. Middle of the infield playing back. The corners again crashing in. Lays down the bunt. And they're going to say she's out. She dropped the ball. Oh, my. Perales played it cleanly. De Los Santos made the catch. The ball went in and out of her glove, and they're going to call her out. That's what the call is right now on the field. And they're going to check. I think they're going to overturn this. They're checking. The umpiring crew. And she's going to be safe. Now De Los Santos is calling time. Velma Wappler, the first base umpire, originally called out. I don't think De Los Santos had enough possession of the ball for them to uphold the call. De Los Santos having a chat with Calvin Steamer, the home plate umpire. So it's going to be first and second for Coahoma with nobody down. They're going to overturn the call, and I think that is the right call. I don't think De Los Santos had possession of the ball the entire way. And that's going to be an error on Santa Gertrudis. First and second. Now Burt will come to the plate. And a rare error by the infield from Santa Gertrudis. First pitch in tight, ball one. Carly Burt, the batter, batting seventh in the Bulldogette order. 1 for 2, an infield single in the fourth, and a pop-up to the second baseman Reyes back in the second. Here's the 1-0, the infield again crashing in. De Los Santos picks it. Clean play over to Reyes covering at first, check that. One down, second and third now for the Bulldogettes.
Number 2.
Baylor Wright will come to the plate. Wright 1 for 2, a single in the third and a fly out to center in the fourth. And now Coahoma looking to fight back and retake the lead. We're tied at 1. First pitch misses, ball 1. Wright batting 8th in the order. Nevaeh Kirby in the on-deck circle. She bats 9th. Coahoma would love to flip this lineup over. The 1-0 from Fernandez. Ground ball, and that's a fair ball down the left field line. 1 run will score. The second run, now the runner's caught between third and home in a pickle. Tracking her down, she is tagged out. The runner will take second, but it's a 2-1 game. Sharyland came and scored the go-ahead run from third on a base hit, tight roping the third base chalk. So Wright with an RBI single, advanced to second on the throw. But Coahoma in the top of the 6th respond. Swing and a miss on the off speed. How about that? Coahoma digging deep and battling right back. That misses high for ball 1. So Lang with a leadoff walk and the error from De Los Santos at first. And then Wright with a base hit right down that third base line. Fouls it back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And you talk about a game of inches. Otis Scott, the third base umpire, saw that one right down the line. The off speed fouls it back and out of play. The count sticks at 1-2. Trailing Lang was Lee. Made an aggressive turn at third and got caught in a rundown between third and the plate and was eventually tagged out for out number 2. So a lot of moving parts here in the top half of the 6th. Fouls it off again. It'll be 4, 5, 6 the order up for Santa Gertrudis. Karina Palacios, Kiana Cruz, and Alexis Moreno. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And a runner on second is Wright. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The off speed and just Shoots it foul, and we'll do it again, 2-2. And a good at-bat here from the 9-hole hitter, Nevaeh Kirby. Kirby was hit by the pitch her last trip up in the 5th, flew out to left in the 3rd. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fernandez sets. The 2-2 popped up right side in front of the Coahoma dugout, and we'll do it again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Coahoma made it here last year. Fell 6-5 to Hallettsville. 7 different starters back from last year in the lineup today, looking to redeem themselves. The 2-2. Sharply hit, foul down the left field line. This is an excellent at-bat from Nevaeh Kirby. As a hitter with 2 strikes, you want to just fight off anything close, anything in the zone. You want to just fight it off and find one you can hit. All right, now Kirby certainly battling. The 2-2, good take. That misses high. The runner down to 3rd. The tag not in time, and a stolen base for Baylor Wright. We saw Coach De Los Santos rolling the dice. Coahoma rolling the dice themselves. Lazy fly ball to left, there to make the catch for out number 3 is Palacios. She will lead it off in the home half of the 6th, but the Bulldogettes, they battle back and they retake the lead. 2-1 when we come back. You're listening to Real Sports Live.
Southwest Emblem has been proud partners with UIL for over 30 years. Make sure to get your commemorative UIL pack.
Our service is unmatched. Our commitment to our team and our community, relentless. Our products are innovative and exciting. Fruya, we're what's next now.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Welcome back. Bottom of the 6th inning. 4, 5, 6, the order up for Santa Gertrudis. Karina Palacios will lead it off. Reached on a fielder's choice and drew a walk here this afternoon. Coahoma is up 2-1. This has been a wild one. Way to kick off our day of coverage here in Austin. Later tonight, Cal Allen at 7 p.m. Tomorrow, San Benito at 4. And Wells whips in a fastball, misses inside, ball 1. A run in the top of the 4th for Coahoma. Run in the bottom half of the 5th for SGA. Then the Bulldogettes responded. And a half-hearted swing there from Palacios. It's a ball and a strike. Kiana Cruz in the on-deck circle, the 1-1. Big swing and miss. And that's just a simple Wells saying, here's my fastball, come and hit it. Palacios swinging out of her cleats on that pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the leadoff batter here in the home half of the 6th. Low and in, and it's 2-2. Kiana Cruz in the on-deck circle. The 2-2, and Palacios just fouls it off. Santa Gertrudis looking for their first championship since 2018. 1998 was the last time Coahoma won their state championship. They were here last year and lost by a run. We'll try it again. The 2-2 called strike 3 looking. On an off speed, Palacios caught like a deer in the headlights on the 2-2 off speed.
Now batting catcher number 3, Kiana Cruz.
Fourth strikeout of the afternoon. First pitch in there for strike 1. Outside, it's 1-1. Fouls it off, and the count runs at 1 ball and 2 strikes to Cruz. Cruz popped up to the third baseman in the 2nd and was hit by the pitch in the 4th, and that was when Santa Gertrudis had the bases loaded. They were able to generate some base runners in the 5th and were able to take advantage of it. There's a shot into left. That's going to fall in for a base hit. And Cruz is aboard with 1 out. Base hit into left. Now Alexis Moreno will come to the plate, and we'll see how Coach De Los Santos will want to play this with 1 out.
Now batting center fielder number 20, Alexis Moreno.
The Coahoma defense all coming in. Fastball from Wells right down the middle for strike 1. That pitch misses high, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Trinity Salgado in the on-deck circle. The 1-1 pitch. Wells delivers. And a foul ball in front of the Lady Lions dugout. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This game just south of 2 hours with a 1 o'clock first pitch. Moreno will walk and reached on an error. Up and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Trinity Salgado in the on-deck circle. Hannah Perales is in the hole. Santa Gertrudis will have 7, 8, 9 coming up, and Coach De Los Santos now having a talk with the home plate umpire. He's going to go to a courtesy runner. Lexi Ruiz will be the courtesy runner. De Los Santos looking for some speed on the base paths. He's now digging into his bench, letting him know there is 1 down. Coach Daniel Fernandez also doing the same, having a chat with Ruiz over on the first base side, so we're ready to go.
Courtesy runner number 18, Lexi Ruiz.
Wells steps back onto the rubber. The 2-2, ground ball, base hit into left. Pass to the outstretched glove. And Everett, the shortstop, made a diving attempt. But that was a base hit into left. Now Trinity Salguero will come to the plate. So Ruiz with speed on second. Moreno on first, and Trinity Salguero will come to the plate. She is 0 for 2. A strikeout and a ground out. She had an opportunity earlier in this ball game with the bases loaded. Could not cash in. She has another opportunity here and swings on the first pitch. Fouls it off down the right field line for strike one. And that's the beauty of this game. She had that opportunity. Bases loaded, down by a run. And in her next at-bat, first and second, one out, trailing by a run, bottom of the sixth. With the open stance, low and in. Easy take there. It's a ball and a strike. Salguero 0 for 2, a strikeout in the second. And had that ground out to Wells with the bases loaded in the fourth. The 1-1 from Wells, the pitch. And that is in there for strike two looking. A little too high for the liking of Salguero. Steps out of the box. Takes her time, steps back in. Here we go, the 1-2, the pitch. Chopper, third base side, but it's foul. We'll line it up and do it again. Carly Burt, the third baseman, gave chase, but that one was easily called foul. Everett and Burt, left side of the infield for Coahoma. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Wells battling here, bottom half of the order for Santa Gertrudis in Salguero. The 1-2, check swing. Wells picks it up, flips it over to first for the second out. But it'll be second and third. Not the worst scenario there for Santa Gertrudis. You still move the runners over. And Wells, cool, calm, and collected, just fielded that ball, and her only play was over to first. Nothing wrong with that, but second and third, 2 outs, and again, tying run on third. Same situation in the fifth. Santa Gertrudis looking to come through again with 2 outs. They trail 2-1. Hannah Perales will come to the plate. She's 0 for 1. A strikeout in the third. Drew a walk and scored the tying run here in the fifth. First pitch in there for strike one looking. No balls and a strike. Hannah Wells trying to work her way out of trouble yet again. The 0-1. Chopper, third base side. That's a fair ball. That's going to score a run. They're going to say foul. That looked like it was fair. They made contact. Oh my, this should be a tie game. That ball bounced down to the third base line in play, and it made contact with Carly Burt. This should be a fair ball, and they're going to call it. They're going to call it foul. Oh wow. Now it's going to be an 0-2 count. That was as close a play. I mean, it looked fair from up here. Kelvin Steamer, the home plate umpire, signaled foul ball. Santa Gertrudis realistically could have taken the lead. That second run was coming around to score. The 0-2. And again, ground ball again down the third base line, but no question about that one. That one is foul, but that last pitch, that looked fair from up here. And oh man, 0-2. Wells gets the signs, second and third. The 0-2 pitch, high, ball one. Hannah Perales The biggest at-bat of her career by far. The 1-2 to Perales. High, ball 2, good take. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Reyes had 2 strikes on her when she tied the game. The 2-2, high, ball 3. What an at-bat from Hannah Perales. Three balls, 2 strikes. First base is open with Julia Guerrero waiting in the on-deck circle. 3-2 payoff pitch from Wells. Delivers the 3-2 ground ball picked by the shortstop. The play over to first and a 6-3 put out. They strand the bases, second and third. Hannah Wells pitching her way out of trouble on a 3-2 pitch with 2 down in the bottom half of the 6th. We head to the 7th. 2-1 your score when we come back.
Baby, just listen to me.
Escucha.
Do everything with speed.
Prontísimo.
Out of home business or
Flexible.
Insurance for all your
Barato.
needs. You say you just got a new boat. Come on by and we'll give you a free quote.
Prontísimo.
Okay, who's singing near you? Hello?
Accesible.
Emma.
Pregúntale a tu agente cómo ahorrar con Pronto, porque más barato, nadie.
We are La Feria, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Roll Pride.
When you study local at Texas Southmost College, you can choose from over 50 associate degree programs, certificates, and workforce training programs. Register now for summer and fall classes and study local at Texas Southmost College.
Today's gonna be a big day on South Padre Island, but what should you do first? A big breakfast with friends sounds pretty good, but you really wanted to paddle out and see the sunrise from the water. Breakfast or boarding, boarding or breakfast? How about boarding, then breakfast? That was easy. Choosing what to do on South Padre Island. That's as hard as it gets. Visit sopadre.com.
Welcome back. First pitch swinging, and that's a base hit for Christian Everett here in the top half of the 7th.
Now batting, pitcher number 13, Hannah Wells.
Hannah Wells will come to the plate. She's been intentionally walked twice. And they're going to pitch to Wells here in the top of the 7th. 2-1 your score. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. Wells with a loud double in her first at-bat, intentionally walked the next 2 times up. That pitch misses, 2 balls and no strikes. Now it'll be 9-1-2, the order up in the home half of the 7th for Santa Gertrudis. Here in the late innings, they've been able to generate some base runners, but just have not cashed in. And a hard hit ball, deep center field, over the wall. It is out of here. And a 2-run shot from Hannah Wells. She'll touch them all and take the tour. And it's 4-1 Bulldogettes. Unbelievable. Hannah Wells. A 2-run home run. Wow.
Now batting catcher number 7, Mia Clemmer.
Santa Gertrudis elected to walk Wells in the 3rd and in the 5th. And with no outs and 1 runner on, they elect to pitch to Wells. And she makes him pay with a 2-run home run. And the SGA fans are stunned. Her 22nd home run of the year. Couldn't have come at a better time. And now a pop-up right side, Reyes calling it off for out number 1.
Taylor Reyes, out number 1.
And Wells able to give her team some insurance and give herself some insurance. Safe to say she'll be back out in the 7th inning to try and close this one out. 220 to center field, and Wells cleared it. Ground ball backhanded by Reyes, bobbles it, makes the play over to first.
Taylor Reyes, Izzy De Los Santos, out number 2.
So after the leadoff single and the 2-run shot, back-to-back batters are retired by Fernandez, and Sharyland will come to the plate. First pitch swinging, fly ball. Palacios is there, and a clean 1-2-3 down they go after giving up the leadoff single, and the big swing of the bat from Hannah Wells extends the Bulldogette lead 4-1. Last shot for Santa Gertrudis. When we come back, you're listening to Real Sports Live.
Day on South Padre Island, but what should you do first? A big breakfast with friends sounds pretty good, but you really wanted to paddle out and see the sunrise from the water. Breakfast or boarding or breakfast? How about boarding, then breakfast? That was easy. Choosing what to do on South Padre Island. That's as hard as it gets. Visit sopadre.com.
Se me antoja dinero en el banco. Muchas me andan criticando, pues traigo carrazos que como le hago. Tengo aseguro del bueno, pronto y flexible y sale barato. Es mi corrido humilde, que no se te olvide que me ando.
Welcome back, bottom of the 7th. Last shot for Santa Gertrudis. First pitch, and that's going to hit Julia Guerrero, and she'll be aboard on first.
Now batting shortstop, number 27, Addie Morales.
Now Addie Morales will come to the plate. 4-1 your score. First pitch swinging, Wells snags it over to first. Out number 1.
Now batting second baseman, number 22, Taylor Reyes.
And Wells just snagged that one out of the air and made the play over to first. Now there's 1 out. Taylor Reyes to the plate. And Wells signaling to her left fielder, Baylor Wright, to come in. First pitch swinging. Ground ball to the shortstop, over to first, 2 away. Everett, the shortstop, fielded that ball on a hop.
First baseman.
So now Tomas de los Santos is telling Reyes to stay put on first. Now the umpires are meeting and they're going to call her out. I'm not sure what the discussion was.
Now batting first baseman, number 16, Izzy de los Santos.
Izzy de los Santos will come to the plate. Now Coahoma 1 out away from a state championship. Wells, the pitch. High and inside, ball 1. One-0 pitch. Fouls it off. It's 1-1. One ball and 1 strike. 2 down. Last shot for SGA. And a base hit into right center. And an RBI single from De Los Santos. And how big is that 2-run homer from Hannah Wells? That would have tied the game. Now, Karina Palacios will come to the plate. She represents the tying run. Serena Bustamante will be the courtesy runner in at first.
Bench runner number 2, Serena Bustamante. And now batting left fielder number 14, Karina Palacios.
So Palacios will come to the plate. 2 outs. Down by 2, she represents the tying run. The pitch, big swing and a miss. It's 0-1. SGA had an opportunity with the bases loaded in the 4th. 2nd and 3rd in the 6th, just unable to capitalize. Misses out of the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike. 4-2 lead for the Bulldogettes. Popped up, right side, and the catch is made, and the Bulldogettes are your Class 3A state champions. 4-2 the final score. Fly ball to right. Caden Lee made the catch, and the Bulldogettes made it in 2022, fell short, made it back in 2023, and they finished the job. (4-2) the final score. The Bulldogettes, Class 3A state champions. Santa Gertrudis just falling short. That 2-run home run by Hannah Wells proves to be the difference in the top half of the 7th. And my, oh my, what a swing of the bat from the sophomore. So to recap the scoring, it was a run in the 4th. Santa Gertrudis responded with a run in the 5th. The go-ahead run came in the 6th. And then the big swing of the bat from Wells with a 2-run home run in the 7th. Final score, 4-2. Hannah Wells, our Economy Awards Player of the Game. Congratulations to the Bulldogettes and to Santa Gertrudis. on making it back to the state championship game. A young squad finished off the year with 40 wins, just 6 losses. So the season comes to an end for Santa Gertrudis. Now they'll hand the baton off to Cal Allen later this evening, trying to find that state championship back to the Coastal Bend. On behalf of myself, Kevin Aro, Joe Bowling, and everyone at Real Sports Live, saying so long for now from Red and Sharyland McCombs Field. The final score, 4-2 Coahoma Class 3.